What's going on, guys? This is the MMA Complex. My name is Josh.
And I'm James.
We're back. Brand new episode. We are fresh off the UFC on ESPN 19. Joanna versus Waterson. One championship had their events over the weekend. And Bellator? Yeah, Bellator had two European events, right?
Yeah, that a kickboxing event, right?
Yeah, kickboxing and I think another one where Melvin Manhoef was headlining, right? Yeah. Other than that, we'll get to those right away. But first off, what's going on with you, man? How's everything?
Good, man.
Yeah, we're just talking about,
all my drama.
all your drama.
Yeah.
We got that over with. We're not going to talk about that. Talk about the Joker.
The Joker, yeah. I saw
Loved
it this past weekend.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Bomb, huh? It was good. It was so good.
Great.
I want to see it again.
Yeah, me too.
Now we can talk about it. I don't know if we want to. I don't think we're going to get into it that much because we just went through it for like 15, 20 minutes. But no spoilers. But, a spoiler alert in case you guys, you guys have watched it. Or haven't watched it. Yeah, I loved it. I didn't think it was as bad as people said it would. Like, everybody that's saying it's so dark and disturbing and this and this. I'm like, I guess. I mean, I've seen movies like, I don't know, Seven and, I don't know, a bunch of other crazy shit. Like, it's not the
I've seen crazier shit than
bloodiest movies. No, I mean, Mystic River, I've seen Mystic River, and that has some crazy stuff in it, too. And like,
there's shows on Netflix that are darker than these movies.
Yeah, this is not it's overblown. Anybody that's saying that, I think you're a little sensitive,
but we live in a sensitive era right now. But I thought it was great. I thought it hit home as far as like,
it did.
Mental.
I kind of like that too, though, the mental health issues.
No, it's true.
It did show how the system fails a lot of people.
Yeah, and then people are disturbed because of those topics, but those topics are reality. It's what we're dealing with today, and when it comes to mental health, and a lot of these people aren't getting treated correctly, and they turn to violence.
Funding gets cut.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know why that's disturbing. That's just a reality of things.
So I am glad halfway through the movie that they showed that he was just kind of hallucinating, which I kind of figured because there was a big shift and change.
Oh, with that girl, with that black girl.
Yeah, with the girl, and like a lot of the scenes that she was in.
I kind of assumed because she was way too hot for him.
I kind of assumed too. And then so. I am glad they didn't save everything to the end and be like, oh, it was all one big dream at the end. Like, they kept you guessing, so they showed you halfway through that, hey, no, he's been kind of in his head. And I like how early on in the beginning, when he projected himself to be in the show, they gave you the idea that, oh yeah, no, they let you know that he's going to be in his head a lot. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad they did that. And then people have a question about the end. I think my theory is that, yes, he killed Robert De Niro. He did all that. He did all this. I have two theories. And then he got arrested. He's heading out. They're taking him to Arkham Asylum. And then he ends up just getting put into Arkham Asylum, and that's where he stays.
Yeah.
And then that's where the end of the movie ends, him in Arkham. And that whole in between of him being pulled out of the car and put on the hood, and everybody's praising him. I think that's all in his head.
Yeah, me too. I thought the same thing.
Now the other theory was that it was all like just in his head, like you're reliving all the events in somewhat this weird reality in his head type of like version. Mm-hmm. And then you're just... It's
like him telling the story, pretty much.
To the therapist, who kind of looks like a younger version of his old therapist. Mm-hmm. And which I don't know how they did that, but yeah, they did like almost like a younger version of his old therapist.
Yeah.
And then, so he's telling her the story, and then you just kind of relived it, where it's like some of it was real, some of it was not. Some of it was in his head.
That's good. Yeah, that's a good theory. Yeah.
So I have two.
Yeah.
They all or one big one. You can kind of combine those two.
Yeah. I mean, they did a good job, and like I was saying off camera, I love how they built with his insanity. Went from him being crazy already, then you see him kind of
the
progression of his insanity to like losing.
Then when he killed the big guy, and then the midget, or the little person.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, and like everyone that kind of screwed him got killed in the movie.
So and he was like, "You're the only one who's nice to me." He's like, "You go. Thank you."
Oh yeah.
He's like, can you open the like?
He
Well,
pissed his
it's
pants,
sad
didn't he?
when he's trying to grab
Let me
the
help,
lock.
man. Help me out.
Can you help me out? I was like, oh sure. Let me.
See you later. He's all yeah.
Yeah, he
That's
kissed him on the
great.
head. Yeah, he kissed him on the head.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
it was great, and I loved how they like the director and the writer kind of make you sympathize
yeah,
with the Joker and kind of hate Thomas Wayne
yeah,
because like you're
yeah.
saying
I was saying
in the comics and the cartoon, people like he's like
he's like a saint.
he's a
He's
saint,
Saint
yeah.
Thomas Wayne. You never really see him that much, but
Hmm.
he's the one that kind of helped build the city.
Hmm.
Yeah,
He's a douchebag,
he's a douchebag,
big time.
big time. Like a businessman wants to be a politician, douchebag.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
like I also love the fact that they had their own little twist on how Bruce Wayne's parents died.
yeah.
Um,
I like how they did the pearls though.
yeah,
I like how
yeah, because that's a significant moment.
yeah.
And
I like how they keep the pearls in there.
hmm
That was
that was awesome.
yeah.
And and DC has been failing on their movie universe, and I think
I think
this is a start of a good chapter
yeah.
for. And if they keep doing this, and
I think phase two is gonna be more like
like
this. I guess this is
realistic,
technically their phase two. I guess
yeah,
is more. I think they have it down now. They have their whole system
yeah.
down. They
I
have
think
their
it's just
storytelling.
like reboot the whole thing, and this is
Yeah,
the first movie of their
yeah.
reboot.
Which it kind of are with the whole new Batman and all that stuff.
Yeah,
But they yeah, the first run was just I think just keeping up with Marvel. That was it. That was the whole intention was to keep up with Marvel.
yeah. I think with DC, they just was running into bad luck. People like actors were quitting on them. A lot of things happened. Like directors
Casting wise, they did a good job though. I think.
yeah,
Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa and all these other
yeah.
like.
But like in the previous movies, like you got
Yeah.
Affleck quitting, you got some of the writers and directing kind of
Yeah.
bailing on them. So plus in the end, Marvel, which is killing it with
killing
every
it.
movie.
That was in the
So
Avengers Endgame time right there.
they're like it was a bad situation for them. But I think DC finally did a movie that's great, and if they keep up with this type of movie style, then they'll be
Mhm.
successful or at least be somewhat of competition with Marvel.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna go like this kind of like indie dark, but if they kind of really focus on storytelling and really putting out good quality movies without worrying about combining them all into
Yeah.
some big thing.
I hope they sign Joaquin for multiple movies.
I hope so too, and I think at first he wasn't down for it. He wanted to just be a one-time thing, but I think he's showing I read he's interested to do more. And I hope with it, especially we talked about it, how they could fit him in. The fact that they have a younger Batman, they could fit him in. They can even, if you want, age him up a little bit, but he's already kind of an older guy, so where they can move him into that role. Maybe he didn't age that much. You know, Bruce Wayne in the movie is like 10, 11, 12, somewhere around there. You know, 10 years later, you have a young Batman, 20-something Batman.
It works.
It works. I think it works. You can
He's probably
fit
like
him in.
45. He's like 55. That's still fairly young.
Yeah. And I mean, yeah, I think it works. But yeah, the movie is great. What else in the movie? There's a bunch of little Easter eggs. I know that like him and the there's a bunch of little Easter eggs. I think there's one scene where like the slow mo of the girl. It like you could tell it's a girl and she has a clown mask and it's like going slow mo. It's like looking at him. I think that is I think the same girl that was in the subway. Then there's like the writing for the Robert De Niro's talk show is the same as the animated TV series, the same font as the animated TV series.
Interesting. That's cool.
And then they have like a bunch of other stuff, like a bunch of little Easter eggs here and there for like an homage to Heath Ledger. And then they had the pearls, and like they had a bunch of stuff.
That's cool, man.
It's cool. Yeah, I did like how they. I was wondering if they were going to do it completely just like they weren't even going to really mention Gotham. They were going to really mention this or Bruce Wayne. They did. It was like it had this weird indie, like really dark movie, but it had like they had like Gotham this and Bruce Wayne
and I thought the timeline was supposed to be like in the 30s. That's right, because it started with Batman being a kid, but no, it was like what 70s.
70s. Yeah.
It's cool, man.
It was such a good movie. I'm gonna go see it again. I hope to see it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, great movie. And then so yeah, this weekend, ESPN had a a UFC card, Joanna versus Waterson. Did you watch the card?
I watched the main event. I watched the Cup Swanson fight, and I watched Mackenzie Dern.
Mackenzie Dern. Huh? I thought the card was entertaining. Overall, fairly entertaining. Eric Anders, like I was watching Eric Anders, and he's been on the show before, but seeing him, I don't know. I don't think just his skill set. I think he's gotten he's gotten a couple of wins recently. This is another one. He's a workhorse. He's powering through. He's getting in there. He's fighting as often as he can.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm seeing anything that's going to be able to crack the top 10.
I agree.
Like from what I can, just how he puts his combinations together, he outworks people, and he's a big guy, powerful guy.
But it works for the
top 15. It works for
the
top 15 at most.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't see him. Just a skill. I don't see him being able to put it together as I think he should if he wants to crack any top 5. I think he's gonna run into some trouble, but he picked up a win. Matt Frivola defeating Luis Pena. It was a controversial split decision. Both of them were split decisions, but the one that was most controversial is the Matt Frivola and Luis Pena. I didn't mind it with Frivola. I think he did kind of pick it up towards the end, and in a 3-round fight, it could have gone either way.
Yeah.
Amanda Ribas versus Mackenzie Dern. Now, this one was, I think we saw right away that Ribas was all in. You could see it in her eyes. Like, she was coming for Mackenzie Dern.
Man, those kicks, oh man.
Her striking was on point.
Heck yeah.
Way more striking oriented than Mackenzie Dern. Ground game was decent enough to avoid any dangerous spots. And
yeah, because the fight went on the ground a couple of times.
Yeah, and she avoided any real trouble. Mm-hmm. Even though Mackenzie's pretty quick when it comes to submission.
I think Mackenzie got her back, didn't she?
Yeah, Mackenzie's on the ground, she's going for stuff. But Ribas is knowledgeable enough to
stay away,
maintain at least a stalled position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she was just going after her. I mean, Mackenzie got lit up a few times. Now it's also on Mackenzie to be in the UFC when you're not fully developed. I think she would have been better in like a Bellator. They would have cultivated her.
I agree. Career. And plus, having a baby and having a long layoff doesn't really fight her cause.
She had a kid 4 months ago.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Did you see?
Oh, yeah.
It doubled.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta obviously attribute that to the pregnancy, but her rack was like ginormous. It was distracting at times.
Yeah, but I don't know how she can go for that. Her I don't know. Her boyfriend? I don't know.
Yeah, you don't think he's up to par?
No.
Well, he's a Brazilian professional surfer. I mean, it's
I guess.
Kind of,
yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah. But
you're a professional athlete in some way. You're gonna get some type of.
But yeah, I think she was kind of exposed in that fight. Yeah. As long as you keep your distance and fight from the outside, or even fight on the inside and avoid takedowns.
I mean, she's gonna be coming for you. She's gonna be coming after you. She's not gonna. You really have to put her away. But even in the loss, I felt like she had a good showing. Like, she hung in there. She had good moments.
Yeah, she showed heart too.
She showed heart. I think you can give her a pass on this one, having just a kid 4 months ago.
Yeah.
But again, she's in the UFC. She's going to run to girls that are even more powerful than Ribas, and they could take her out. Yeah. So it's going to be she's not fully developed. She's got to really work on some stuff if she plans on staying in the UFC. Nico Price, James Vick, quick fight. Poor James Vick, 4 losses in a row, 3 KOs, I think.
I think he's done in the UFC.
I think he's done in the UFC. I think, honestly, if I was him, I'd just call it a fucking day as a career. Mm-hmm. Like, you had 3 horrible losses in a row. You're barely making any money, and it's not looking good. Like, you're still young. Do what you can do. Open up a gym, maybe teach something, jiu-jitsu. Mm-hmm. Fuck it, I don't know. Live off your name for a while, just so you retire.
It's hard, man.
You live in, I don't know, I think Texas or something. I'm sure the cost of living's not that bad.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know. If I was, I would call it a day. I mean, but you know, in him, he's probably gonna end up
fighting someone, probably
fighting somewhere
PFL
else.
or
Yeah,
Bellator.
yeah. Cub Swanson, Kron Gracie, a great showing for Cub. Lighting up Kron Gracie. Cub looking great, even when Kron was just not going away. He hung in there. I thought towards the end that Kron was going to possibly even take over because he was like a zombie.
Yeah.
But Kron, I mean,
it was frustrating to watch.
Yeah, I mean, he went in there, shelled up, throwing punches. He had some good moments in terms of combinations. He was pressing the action, constant. That could wear on some certain guys. Maybe not somebody like Cub, but could wear on certain guys. His jiu-jitsu is, obviously probably top notch in the division. But you throw him, I think his second, maybe third fight, and you give him a guy like Cub Swanson who's just. But then it's also on Kron. You should have went to Bellator.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate the matchup just because Cub Swanson's he's on the tail end of his career, and I thought that the UFC set it up where they thought that
Kron was going to come in here and take him out.
Yeah, like the young comer taking out the veteran, and so I didn't really hate the matchup. I just thought it was frustrating to watch Kron not fighting his fight.
Yeah,
I think he fought Cub's fight. Yeah, he's throwing punches and not attacking his legs or trying to take the fight to the ground.
He ate so many body shots.
Yeah, it's and I wonder if like the Diaz brothers have something to do with that. Like
he was fighting like a Diaz brother.
Yeah, he was out there just swinging to the punch. I don't know. That's frustrating to watch, and I think if he wants to become a machine or a factor in this division or fight tougher guys, he's gonna have to change his game plan up.
Yeah,
and get better.
I did
with the striking.
Yeah, I did appreciate. I didn't think his striking was all that bad though. I think his strategy was probably bad.
Yeah, but I think he fell in love with the striking and not go with his bread and butter.
Yeah, yeah. No, but it could have been worse. Coming from a straight jiu-jitsu guy, his striking could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I thought his striking actually looked pretty good. Mm-hmm. He had some good moments. The only thing is strategy of just powering through any shots and to try to land or like get a hold of them.
Mm-hmm.
That was not the smartest thing, especially when someone that moves just like Cub just dances around. So I don't know. And then you had in the main event, Joanna and Jacek and Michelle Waterson.
Yeah, she put a clinic on. Joanna did.
I mean, I know Joanna was a favorite. I know, but
those leg kicks.
It was so frustrating, like watching that fight because. In my head, I'm like, you're Michelle Waterson, you're a veteran, you're a top 5 fighter, I guess, top 10, definitely. Like she had nothing, like she barely even landed any punches, only a few kicks. She had her moments were the scrambles with taking her back, and then that was it. The whole rest of the fight was she was getting lit up and like.
Dude, how are you? Yeah, those inside leg kicks. Those leg kicks are just. I don't know how she was so standing.
Like and then like.
And then in the clinch, like Joanna was bigger in the clinch. She was like throwing knees, combinations. She was getting hit. She was getting lit up the whole time.
And I get it. Like you praise her for her toughness and her heart and her spirit, and she's like in a good mood all the time and great and all dandy. But you fucking didn't do shit. No. You were you. Just get the fuck out of there. Like I have to
at that point,
halfway through the fight, I was like, just fucking, let's call it a day. This should have been a 3-round fight because she ain't doing shit.
She's not doing nothing. She's just like she was there to highlight Joanna striking.
Yeah, like you were just a
and it seemed like
punching bag.
It seemed like after the second round, she just lost. Like mentally, she wasn't even there anymore.
No. And how could she when she's getting freaking lit up or 3 rounds?
But it's like, at least attempt doing like. Fight back.
Something. Like, she didn't fight back on the feet at all.
She's like getting lit up.
Like, I just fucking put your head down and windmill. I don't give a fuck. Do something. Like,
especially going into the later rounds when you know you're down in the scorecard. I mean, at that point, just lunge forward and do something. But she was just eating shots the whole time.
And it
was crazy.
And that whole backstage and hugging and this and this.
I can't stand that. I can't. To me, that's so fake.
Not after a performance like that. You know, Joanna's feeling good, and she's like, "Yeah, I owned you."
Yeah,
like she's just doing out of pity.
That's so yeah, exactly. And she wants to just do that, so people can say, "Oh, it's such a good sport."
Yeah.
A good loser.
She's only doing that for
yeah.
She's talking shit about
she
you.
doesn't really
she's
fucking.
Like I fucking.
But like Michelle doesn't really feel that way. She feels embarrassed.
Yeah, Michelle feels embarrassed. She like that was a very frustrating fight. Because it's like what are you like? You're not even fighting. You're just a punching bag.
Yeah,
like
pretty
do
much.
something. Why if you think you should belong in the top 5? You should be able to fight like it. And
see, after a fight like that, she's not. It's gonna be a while, like a long time before she goes back to the top.
Yeah, I would. I
think
she's another one. I should probably call it a day.
There's fights that kind of break fighters. I think this might be one
of
for
her.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, watching that fight, I kept thinking to myself, well, maybe she's intimidated by Joanna's resume and his striking. I don't know. It just seemed like she was kind of scared.
I think so. I think she doubted herself, and I think once she got in there, I think she really felt it. And I think early on when she saw that what Joanna was her size, because Joanna's a bigger girl than her. Like once she saw that the size and the reach and the skill set was just like, oh, this is gonna be problems. She's like, I think she
eventually shut down.
She shut down. I think she shut down, and she didn't have anything, and she was afraid to attempt anything because she was getting lit up anytime she went in.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like it was a clinic for Joanna. And is Joanna like? She looked good. I mean, in a fight like that, you think like, oh shit, she's ready for the title now. Maybe not.
I mean, I think so because Tatiana was on Ariel's show this past Monday and said that she's gonna be out for a while.
God, that's another one that's frustrating, man. It's like,
yeah, and she has so much potential.
You know how good she is, and she could probably easily be champion right now.
She's another case. She's a Cain Velasquez right now, but yeah. So she just said that she's not gonna be fighting for a while. So that gives the green light for Joanna to fight for a title.
Yeah. Very frustrating fight. I think you could probably take away from the card was like certain fights like the Crone and even like because the UFC like Bellator is a better and it's not a knock on Bellator. Like I think a person like a fighter like Crone, a fighter like what's her name,
Mackenzie
Dern could benefit from being in a promotion like
like a B promotion.
Yeah, because then they'll develop them, especially like Bellator, who does probably the best job of developing their fighters, even better, like even people with big names. Like they would look like killers over there. Here it's just like you're gonna get tossed to the wolves, you know. And then Michelle's fight, yeah, I don't know where Michelle goes from here. She's had a long career. Call it a day. I don't know. Where do you go from here? You're like you look like shit in this fight.
Yeah, I don't know.
Goddamn thing. You wasted everybody's time being there.
Yeah, it sucks.
I wasted my 25 minutes.
I know, seriously, right? Yeah, the next day on Ariel Short, Joanna was saying that she hopes Kobe Covington gets his ass beat by Usman.
Yeah, and they're on the same team too. They're on the same both American top team.
That's crazy. Isn't that crazy?
I do appreciate Waterson's pre-fight Instagram post. I do like her lead up to the game.
Oh, damn.
One championship had 2 fights over the weekend. You had Brandon Vera defending, or actually, I think he was going for the light heavyweight title because he's a heavyweight champion. He was going for the light heavyweight title, and ended up losing. I think second round. It was just a back and forth slugfest for those 2 guys, and Ong Long Sang, who's a light heavyweight and middleweight champ over there, is a big dude. He could probably easily go up to heavyweight and just fucking probably take Brandon Vera if he wanted to because he's a big guy. Jeez. They look fairly even in size. But Ong Long Sang is a middleweight and light heavyweight champ. And then they were just going back and forth, throwing blows and punches, and then Brandon Vera ended up just getting caught and taken out. Not horribly, but just, And Shinya Aoki picking up a win. Bibiano Fernandez defending his bantamweight title and kind of ending he had a kind of a heated fight before this one with Kevin Belagon. It was kind of a controversial stoppage. I think Belagon did like maybe a knee to the head or I think Bibiana was down and like it was stuff like that. So it was a stoppage like that. And I think it was ruled a no contest. So this is a rematch for them. But it was Bellagong was kind of getting the best of Bibiana Fernandez that first time around. And I was making it a good fight. And this one, Bibiana kind of just take over and just took him out. And then on the other night for them, I think they had a Friday night and a Saturday night, or a Saturday night and a Sunday. No, Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, Friday and Saturday.
Yeah. Christian Lee winning the lightweight Grand Prix in place of Eddie Alvarez. Demetrius Johnson winning the flyweight Grand Prix. I'm happy for Demetrius because a guy like that who didn't get his just due in the UFC coming in and being praised and winning and really proving that he's probably one of the best, if not the best in the world at that division.
Winning a UFC bout and then going on to one and winning their tournament,
Grand Prix tournament, beating some of the best guys.
He's one of the best for sure.
If not the best current flyweight in the world right now, outside of maybe Henry Cejudo, because he obviously lost a decision to him. Angela Lee picking up a win, defending. I think it was just defending her atomweight title. Kind of it was a back and forth, getting lit up a little bit, but then she pulled it out in the end with a rear naked choke. Melvin Manhoff picking up a win over in Bellator in their European card. And
the fights.
Or Carvalho, Nemkov defeating Carvalho and Bellator's other card, I think 230. And then a lot of fights over the weekend. This weekend you have PFL again tomorrow. You have UFC ESPN on Friday, which I don't know why they're doing on a Friday. They should do it on a Saturday. Reyes versus Weidman. And that's pretty much it. I think Titan FC on Fight Pass, but we'll go over those two cards right now in just a second. But first, I want to talk about Kane making his way over to WWE.
Yeah, he was first he was with AAA, and then we saw him, try out for the WWE, and at the time he didn't make it, and then he was on an Ariel show a couple weeks ago saying that he's not signed with the WWE, and then out of the blue. He signed with the WWE. He officially retired from mixed martial arts. Considering what he did for MMA, and considering that he was, people refer to him as the best heavyweight of all time. A lot of people consider him to be the best heavyweight. His news didn't really it wasn't big news. It was just kind of like your normal everyday headline news, and no one really made a big deal of it. I was shocked. That he's all in.
Officially made the retirement. That he's all. I was shocked that he's all in too.
Yeah, and the fact that he signed with the premier promotion like WWE, considering Vince and how he likes his guys, muscular,
and knowing
his physique isn't there. Yeah,
knowing him, as long as he can avoid injury, I see him doing a lot of work with him.
He actually has a knee injury right now.
Oh, really?
He's wearing the Stone Cold brace.
This guy.
So
he's gonna get on. He's gonna get on the juice.
Yeah, he's playing.
The Vince McMahon program.
Yeah, the Vince's supplement program.
He should. He should. What the fuck not? He should.
Send him a package of some needles and some pills.
Get that physique going.
Yeah,
get your body shredded. Healthy. Get shredded. Fucking.
Because
have your matches here and there.
And in MMA, it's more skill than physique, and in pro wrestling, it's physique is everything.
It's physique, and I mean, he's got enough athletic ability, and we've seen it already.
Yeah,
to do pretty well.
So I think right now he's training under Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
He has a match at Crown Jewel, which doesn't make any sense to me because I think Brock and Kane part 2 should be a match saved for at least one of the big 4 cards: SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Survivor Series, or the Rumble. The fact that they're doing it on Crown Jewel, which is like their C pay-per-view, it's pretty much like a glorified house show in Saudi Arabia. Where people are not going to be, people are going to be watching it part of the replay because it's gonna be like at 4 a.m. our time. So it's kind of like a throwaway match.
It's all for them. It's all for that side. Yeah.
So and then Tyson Fury is also going to be on that card against Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
But
the boxer Tyson Fury.
Yeah. But I was showing you how the WWE is doing the media scrums and they're doing the stare-offs and Kane's doing the whole he's kayfabing Ariel.
Yeah.
That's really annoying.
But we talked about it too. That's WWE's ability to adapt to competition, just and the social climate. That's like why they've gone PC. That's why they've gone more of like a mixed. They have like elements of MMA in there. It's just because they can adapt. They're like South Park.
Yeah,
they can last. They can adapt. They can change with the times.
And their guys are doing like triangle chokes as finishing moves. They have MMA guys, and then like they're staying relevant.
Yeah, they have the ability to do it, and they have the ability to build stars that keep people interested for long periods of time. Yeah.
So and then they have the streaming service before the UFC did. So they're in a lot of ways they're the forefront as far as all that stuff goes. But
yeah,
I mean I'm happy for Kane. I mean he's found a passion. He's not going to get hurt. He's not going to have a crazy schedule. He's getting paid a lot more than he
even if he does get hurt, he can kind of excuse it off like with like an injury. They could put him on some injured list, or they can do like they could have him do like this like maybe promotional beef ongoing, very little like quick matches, but like they have him do a lot of stuff.
And Kane revealed that DC has met with Triple H already.
I would hope that DC makes the move.
Yeah, Triple H said that once he's done with his MMA duties, he's gonna bring him over because they've already had multiple meetings.
Yeah, I hope so too.
WWE.
I hope so too. And then they have a tag team. That'll be sick.
That's what they're and Ariel wants to be.
And Kane turns on DC.
On DC, yeah. But Ariel wants to be the manager. He wants to be called El Nariz, the nose. So, but I don't know. It's the thing is with Dana, he gave Kane his blessings to do pro wrestling. He released him out of his contract. I think with Vince, once Kane signs with WWE, or I mean, he did it already. I don't think, like, let's say DC signs with WWE, all his ESPN gigs are out of the way because I don't think Vince is signed with Fox.
Oh, that's true.
And so
that will be tricky. That will be tricky.
I mean, is DC gonna pick his ESPN career? And his commentating career with the WWE.
You know what? Never mind. I say DC stays with.
He should stay because if he's not successful in the WWE,
no,
they can bury him easily.
Yeah, no, I can see him doing I can see him doing like these little mini,
like a run-in or something.
Yeah, but there's no way
to be fully committed
because he does commentary, live commentary, and then he does the
breakdowns
and breakdowns, and he has way too much money with ESPN.
And the WWE and Fox has just made a big deal.
The schedule, and he probably wants to spend time with his family at that point.
I think he'll probably do like what Ronda first did is make an appearance at WrestleMania, and that's it.
That's it. Yeah. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because DC has way more invested and has a second career than Kane. Kane has no second career.
No, Kane's just stuck in.
He's stuck in WWE.
Yeah.
All right. Let's touch on these fights real quick.
Yeah.
PFL tomorrow. That's live from Vegas. And then you have Reyes versus Weidman this weekend.
It's a good card.
Yeah, it's a pretty good card. Not bad. You're getting some, Court McGee's on there on the card. You got some people on there.
They got
Darren
Stevens,
Stewart,
right?
Darren Wynn, Macy Barber making a return. Joe Lozon versus Jonathan Pierce. This has got to be Joe Lozon's last fight because he is just like he has nothing left.
He's a journeyman for sure.
He's gonna get taken out. Greg Hardy, Ben Sassoli. Greg Hardy making the return. The controversial Greg Hardy against a newcomer Ben Sassoli, and then Yair Rodriguez, Jeremy Stevens rebooked for this card. Again, who do you have for this one? I think we picked. You picked Yair?
I think we did. Seen him like fight for the matter of seconds that they fought. I think Jeremy Stevens is good. I don't know. I'm still gonna go with Yair.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna still go with Yair.
Yeah,
I love Jeremy Stevens. If he wins, I'm not surprised, and I would be happy.
Yeah.
Dominic Reyes versus Chris Weidman. Chris Weidman's light heavyweight debut.
Man, Dominic Reyes is undefeated in the sport. He's a big guy.
Yeah. Still a little green.
Yeah. I like Chris Weidman's chances, man.
I like his chances too, as long as he can avoid any like Luke Rockhold type fiasco.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chris Weidman.
I'm gonna go Chris Weidman too. I could see him grappling the shit out of Dominic Reyes, taking him down, just probably finishing him.
Yeah.
As long as I'm gonna go with Chris Weidman too. I think Dominic Reyes is there. He will be there. I think he's still developing as a fighter.
And just take note that the ESPN, I mean, his ESPN cards are gonna have better main events, because I think ESPN had a complaint to the UFC about that.
Yeah,
They're throwing no name guys on these cards, and they want Dana to book name fighters.
some name fighters.
Yeah.
All right, that's our show. Thank you guys for listening, watching. We'll be back next week on the MMA Complex.
Yeah, go ahead and rate the show 5 stars. Do a comment to help the show get noticed, and go to MMAcomplex.com for all the MMA Complex needs. Buy a shirt, share, and spread the word. Next week we'll be back to break down this weekend's UFC card. So until then, enjoy the week and enjoy the fights.